Doesn't say.
Am I in shot? That's the important thing.
Yeah. That's all right.
That's
Star
it.
of the show
Right,
takes
let's
pride of place.
Balance. Well, that'll be you then. That'll be you. Right. Okay. What are we going to call these? Do we come up with a name for these things?
Q&A.
Q&A. Welcome to this week's Q&A. This is Sarah. I'm Dave.
They should know me
David.
by now. I've been in like 2 posts.
2 posts.
Basically, famous.
Sarah is going to ask me some questions that you guys have asked.
North Norfolk waste disposal.
Yeah, obviously somebody spotted some rubbish outside the shop.
I'm going to read them verbatim.
Yeah.
So,
What does that mean?
you have BBC English language.
No, I don't. I'm from Liverpool. We don't use words like, yeah. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Right. Hey, like, I am.
I thought you were from Norfolk.
Norfolk. You're joking.
All right, let's skip over that. I didn't. Are you being serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dead serious from Liverpool.
Of course, I'm from Liverpool.
I just thought you had a funny twang.
Yeah, I've got a funny twang. Yeah.
All right, anyway, you might get this a lot, but I'm
Yeah.
from Canada and have been curious about if freeze-thaw cycles would be that detrimental. Edit that.
Verbatim.
Verbatim.
I couldn't even
She
say
spelled detrimental, but she didn't.
Yeah.
Also, if there are ways of taming a wild pond, I've got a clay pond someone dug for irrigation that I've had daydreams about. I've got a clay pond someone dug for irrigation that I've had daydreams about.
Yeah, daydreaming is good. I do it all the time. Now, the fantastic thing about, even though, I shouldn't really say it myself, but the fantastic thing about the way the pool operates using bubbles and pipes, totally submerged all the time in water, is that it's completely impervious to ice, to the freeze-thaw problem. Absolutely, completely impervious, because there's nothing to drain down in the winter. There are no plastic pipes going in and out of the pool to a pumping chamber, which normally have to be drained down for anything based on swimming pool pumps. Lots of these pools have been made in Canada, and no problems at all, even with 2-foot thick ice and people ice hockeying on it.
Yeah, we've actually got a picture on the Instagram of someone's pool in Canada, and they ice skate on it.
Yeah, yeah.
So go onto the Instagram.
So freeze thaw is no problem. A clay pool, that's great if you've got a clay pool. If it's up and running as a wildlife pond anyway, well, just leave it. And if you wanted to make something that was a dedicated swimming place, then I would say leave that one alone and make something else, because one extra pond is really good for wildlife and the environment. Oh yeah. Oh.
You've got a... Come on.
What? Sorry, I've got... Right, there we go. Right, come on.
You've got to plug yourself.
Anyway, oh yeah,
this
all right.
Is your TV show.
This is all merch. This was designed by my son.
Shout out to Jasper.
Jasper Pagan.
We'll tag him. What would you recommend other than lumber to create the walls that hold the gravel in place around the pool?
Well, nowadays timber is so expensive that I've actually been thinking about this again, and I'm now re-exploring the idea of using sandbags. Now, this is what I did originally, and I swore never to fill in with a sandbag, but actually, sandbags now seem to be a really cost-effective way to do it. Yeah, sandbags, and any recycled material, blocks, brickwork, recycled timber, anything. As long as it's not soft timber, it's good. Yeah, there's a multitude of ways of making it. You can get recycled plastic, L-shaped units. They only need to be, the wall only needs to be 40 centimeters, 400 millimeters, bit over a foot and a half high. It's not big, it's not a high wall, because it's only retaining about, in total, about a foot's worth of gravel behind it. So it doesn't have to be very substantial at all. So there are recycled plastic units you can get, but they tend to be really expensive as well. Yeah, there's timber is really good because it's very quick. But a combination of sandbags and a timber cap is probably a good compromise. Nearly said compromise. I don't know what that means then. Anyway, very good question. Thank you. Am I thanking you?
Can't believe you're now going back on yourself and saying yes to sandbags.
I know.
After I sent you that picture and you were like, the only issue with this is the sandbags.
Oh, I know. I'm just, if anything, I'm just totally inconsistent. I can only say my opinion as it currently is. Could change next week. Next week, question and answers. It'll be, I'll never use sandbags. What a load of rubbish.
So what we've learned here is take everything he says with a pinch of salt. Anyway, I used a liner as a barrier and was wondering one thing. Can I add soil on the edges, on top of the liner, and plant straight onto the soil, or do they have to be planted on vases, in vases? I'm concerned the roots will eventually pierce the liner.
The biggest issue, it's not the roots piercing the liner, they probably won't. The biggest issue is that you are going to let a whole load of nutrients from that soil get into the water, the pond, and you will never be able to control algae. So don't do it. Now the edge is where most people go wrong with a pool. You need to make it in such a way that it will, plaster on the cut. You need to make it in such a way that water from soil water, which is rich in nutrients, can't get into the pool. And usually the liner has to end up in a vertical position and held in place with either stone or concrete haunches or something and covered in gravel. But you don't want any soil water getting into the pool. So never put soil around the edge. In fact, there's a video I did a few weeks ago now, I suppose, just showing how you should angle the regeneration zone and how the edge needs to be made. But basically, you don't want a really steep edge at the sides, because soil will come tumbling in as well as those plants. But it's the soil water is the key issue.
Once it is in, fly.
Oh yeah.
If the soil does happen to get into the water, or someone who follows you has already made that grave mistake.
Yeah.
Is there anything they can do to rectify it, or do they just need to create a whole new pool?
No, I'm always a great believer in just sort of slowly just turning it around.
Right.
Because, okay, you've added a load of nutrients in the pool, but if you're aware of that, then once plants start to grow, you can crop the biomass, just crop them, put them on a compost heap, and you've effectively removed that amount of phosphorus from the water from the whole system.
Right.
If you keep on doing that, then that will redress those added nutrients. Well, phosphates is the key nutrient, or phosphorus. Then you will slowly start to recover the situation.
Okay.
Water is so precious. Rainwater is so precious. If you filled it with rainwater, that don't drain it out and start again. You can actually sort it. Depends. If you tipped several tons of soil in there, then yeah.
So
get it out.
If you ever really annoy me, the worst possible thing I could do to you is fill your swimming pool with a bunch of soil.
Oh yeah.
And add some
fish.
fish.
No, don't. That'll give me nightmares.
And add some fish.
Oh, don't add fish. You just sounded scary and weird now.
That's all you need, guys. Soil and fish.
Yeah.
What I will do is I'll actually attach that video of building the slopes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll attach that video.
Yeah. We just me and the blackboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great question.
Thank you. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, lovely question.
Moving on.
Go on. Yeah.
This is actually our last question. Did I dream it, or is there a video about clearing the air pump tubes? We have a very measly amount of bubbles this year, and I think I remember you showing how to flush them through.
Oh yes, that's right. It's got a really enticing thumbnail picture of a bit of hose with a peg on it, and it's called something like "Purging Your Pipes." Only about 8 people have seen it, so you're lucky. But with titles like that, who can?
Surprised YouTube didn't actually ban that one, to be honest. I'm surprised that wasn't taken down.
You're right.
It might not be there anymore.
Yeah, maybe it has been taken down. The problem is when the pool has been left without any air being pumped into it, like over the winter, which is fine, water will tend to get in through the air stones and fill all the air spaces within that pipe. So when we turn the compressor on in the spring for the first time, a port compressor is trying to drive this water out through the air stones, and it can't do that. So you can either, well, it'll struggle. One of the air stones will give way, and then the air will just come out of that and not reach the others. So what you have to do is, you can either go along and with one of the air stones, get in the pool, pull one of the air stones out, pull it off, and let the water spurt out. It'll splutter, right, as it's pushing out the water and air. And when that's all clear, put it back, and then that would have hopefully cleared the loop and cleared the air pipes. Instead of wading into the pool like in March or something to do that, if you don't want to do it, I put in one of these plastic taps, which is just spurred off the main loop. Open it up, the compressor goes on, open it up, all the stuff spurts out, close it, that's it. All the air stones will start working shortly after that as they push the last remaining water out of the narrower diameter pipe that feeds the air stones. 4 millimeters actually. So yeah, do that. So find that video. Yeah, how to purge your pipes.
I'll try and tag that one too.
But it might have been.
I don't really want that on my browser history though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. But great question. Thank you. Thank you.
That's all the questions.
That's all the questions. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry this has gone on a bit. What am I talking about?
Right, so you've got some courses coming up.
Oh yeah, courses. No wonder I'm really rubbish at advertising, because I can't even remember what I'm supposed to do.
There's only 3 left. He's not doing any more ever again.
Yeah, they're in the
This is your last chance to see David.
Yeah, but they're
live.
Yeah, no, in probably this summer. So I hold them in Norfolk, UK. Yeah, so. A lot of people ask, when the courses are, and then I put them out there, and then I forget to tell people. So if you look at, if you want to book, organicpoolsbooking.me, or is it .asme.me?
Bear with.
Hang on, yeah. Anyway, it's on Acuity. I think it's
organicpoolsbooking.as.me. As being AS.
Very good. So. If you want to come along to one of my courses, then do that.
Yeah, then just book, just come, because he's never going to run another one.
She just makes this up, but I'm trying to keep this factual.
You've got to create demand.
Yeah, it's going to be the last one ever.
For this year.
Yeah. Anyway, but hopefully next week we'll do another video like this. Man, this is going to take me about a week to edit.
Not if you go home and sit yourself down and say, I'm doing it.
Yeah, okay. We've got to think of a way to end this film. Can't you just jabber on forever?
You have this incessant need to end the films and videos in like a special way. Just say, that's all. Until next time. Maybe we should create a catchy one-liner that we say, like that we close off.
Keep swimming with dragons.
Remember your
Embrace, not member.
Embrace your inner frog.
Yes, embrace your inner frog. Yeah, there we go. And remember, embrace your inner frog.
And swim with the dragons.
No, swim with dragons. Oh, sorry, we haven't got our script straight. Yeah.
So pernickety.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
All right.
Bye for
Bye,
now.
guys.
Bye bye.
Take care.